Commissioners, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to report to you and to the citizens of Clermont County about the state of municipal court today. We three judges, Judge Nagel, Judge Kramick, and myself, were very excited about some things that are going on in municipal court. So I wanted to share some of those things with you. The right button, there we go. I'm the newbie judge, but the history of municipal court is rich, and I'm honored to stand on the shoulders of those judges that have served our municipal court and built it to the way it is now. Just kind of a reminder of what we do. We do civil cases and criminal cases, and those criminal cases include traffic, OVI, misdemeanor crimes. We do deal with felonies in preliminary hearings and during bond hearings, issue protection orders. We have a very active civil docket dealing with evictions and any form of lawsuit or injury that someone may have, whether it's personal injury, property rights, fraud, contracts. Some additional responsibilities that people aren't aware of: we perform wedding ceremonies. Does happen to be the least favorite of the judges, however. That BCI, that should be NICS reporting. It's reporting to the FBI and authorities about convictions for individuals. It's important. Individuals that have a violent background, when they go to apply to get a gun, they should be denied if they've had that violent background. And it's incumbent upon the clerk and the municipal court staff to make sure that that's reported. Somebody applies to be a school bus driver but has sexual offenses convictions in our court, they shouldn't be around children. So it's a very large function of municipal court to do that. And then most people don't know that the judges are on call 24/7 to deal with any type of issue that's happening in the county, issue search warrants, arrest, and bonds. Got some information from the Supreme Court. You can see that they divided it into criminal, civil, and traffic cases. The average judge in Ohio hears about 6,800 cases, and each one of us judges, on average, hears 10,285 cases per year. So I wanted to kiss the guns a little bit and say that we do quite a bit of work individually, and I want to praise, we have two magistrates that help us with that caseload. We have exceptional magistrates that help us with that amount of work. This statistic was amazing. In 2023, the total number of new cases were 30,800 and some. We're on track in 2024 to be a little bit higher than that. But that's how many incoming cases. That's not what we're already dealing with, what's pending, what's on probation, what new motions, objections, appeals are going. Those are new cases. So you can see it's a busy place. Our goals in municipal court are to always protect the rights of defendants and victims. And we want anybody that's had an injury, whether it's as a result of a criminal act or a civil problem, to have open access to relief. And our goal is to have every single court participant to understand the process, to allow them to be heard and feel like they've had their day in court. But there are some statutory requirements that we have. Each one of us judges, we're committed to our statutory requirement to protect the community. Each one of us feels absolutely certain that we were elected by the citizens, and our primary goal is to protect the citizens of our county. The statute also requires us to consider rehabilitating the offender or punishing the offender. So every single case that comes before us from a criminal perspective, we're doing this balancing act. You know, we won't let our county become California or New York City. And some people shrug and say these are misdemeanor offenses and maybe jail shouldn't be part of this. But when you have someone that's committed several OVIs, we don't want them out in the community where they could kill that innocent family in the minivan. Persons that commit multiple thefts, they're passing down costs to our hardworking citizens that are already battling inflation. Multiple thefts from Walmart only result in increased prices. And I can assure you, those persons that come from out of county to steal in our county, I had someone from out of state come on the way up, steal $800 in items from Walmart. But by the time we consider what we should do, I know for a fact that gentleman's going to tell his friends in Michigan, Clermont County's serious about keeping the crime down. And I hope my sentence made it so that he won't commit that type of crime again. But we also have to consider You know, we could put someone in jail for 180 days, know that the community's safe for 180 days. They get out of jail without treatment or without any type of help. And so we have to constantly balance, if this individual is willing to do it and to engage in treatment, what better way to protect the community than to provide them with the treatment? Maybe initially we have to force them with probation to get the mental health or substance use treatment or whatever their issue is. And hopefully long-term that helps the community and the safety of the community. So those are all kind of considerations that we make on a daily basis. If we decide that we want to allow rehabilitation, we have many options on probation. It's known in the statute as community control. It's a really weird word, I think, but people know it as probation. That's what I say. You can see some of the things and the items that we can order people to partake in for community control. Whatever their issue is, whether it's anger management, evolve and transform have to do with relationships and learning how to deal with relationship problems without hurting someone you love. But we have a lot of options in order to help to rehabilitate offenders. Whoops, I am going to have to go back. One of our, sorry about that, Mr. IT. One of our most successful options is OVI court. Judge Kramig presides over that court. He's doing an exceptional job at the OVI court. That OVI court is set up to help multiple high-risk OVI offenders that have multiple convictions. And we utilize specialized substance use treatment from Clermont Recovery Center, judicial intervention, intensive probation to help them turn their life around. One example up there is the 39th class graduated last year. There were 12 participants. You can see how many OVI convictions they all had together, and you can also see it's quantified, the number of jail bed days that we save for them being in the court, as well as the cost. But there are so many things you can't quantify. For those 12 participants, turning their lives around to live healthy, sober lifestyles, and what that means to their family, you know, their mothers, brothers, sons, daughters, what that means to their families and to the community, ultimately, that can't be quantified. So while we like to put some big numbers in there so that we can impress the commissioners with the money we're saving, if you are successful in making a change, you can't quantify it. Same thing with mental health court. Last year, leadership from probation and Clermont and Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health, we got together and we said, hey, we need a mental health court, and we just did it. And last week was a year anniversary of having mental health court, and those persons on there, those are all the persons that collaborate and are on the mental health court team. We have a team of 20 to 25 individuals from those various agencies that assist with helping the mentally ill who do this revolving door at the jail. You know, oftentimes they're homeless, they haven't had treatment, they don't have family support, they go commit a crime, mostly nonviolent crimes. The only place to put them is in jail. The hospital won't take them, Summit can't take them, so they go to the jail. They're there for a while. We sentence them, they won't do probation, so sometimes some of these people have been in jail over 50 times. Flat sentences, no treatment. And we've stepped out, started taking some of these persons that suffer, and what's happened over the year is amazing. Several transformations that someday I hope to go into detail with, but I don't have time now. But I'm very proud of our partners that work on this mental health court. We're looking to keep on chugging with it. We also have some other projects and pilot programs I want to talk about. You already know about CASC. That's the jewel of the state of Ohio. Another county is coming out to examine it because they want to model a CASC program themselves. The way Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health has taken that program and how they've developed that and implement it is amazing. We're very proud of the CASC program. And again, the best thing is when these individuals come out and they tell you to your face when they're standing there, this has changed my life, you've saved my life. That's what gets you when they come out of CASC, OVI court, mental health court, and you've made that difference. Dr. Watson is not here. Dr. Watson and the Clermont County Mental Health and Recovery Board run a jail linkage program, hooking individuals up in the jail to substance use and mental health treatment. She's been doing an excellent job on that. There's a pilot program with the Highway Patrol and Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health. They pull someone over for an OVI or a drug possession, no trafficking, and they provide information to that individual about substance use and mental health treatment. But what happens on the other end is Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health gets one of their quick response team members to contact the individual, and that's an additional way to get them hooked up. I spoke with Lieutenant Howard yesterday of the Post. He says he's getting people walking in thanking him for linking them up to services. They've never had that before. I've had letters from Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health quick response team members saying this individual's been connected, and the defendants themselves say thank you. It's a good program. And by the way, accidentally, Union Township is using this as well. They come in on OVIs to use the Post, breathalyzer. All the brochures are around, so they're grabbing them up, and some people from Union Township are getting hooked up with treatment. We offer diversion. Persons that commit a first offense do a few things, then their case gets dismissed and they're not stuck. If they have no criminal record and we don't want them stuck with a record, they have a chance to earn their way out of that. You should know that 3,000 to 4,000 cases of driving under suspension are filed every year. You would not believe the number of people driving in Clermont County without a license or insurance. We've developed a diversion program. We hope to expand it in the coming years so that we could get these people valid and get non-insured drivers off the road. I want you to know that we consider veterans and we appreciate their service to our country. What they've done for our county, for our community and our families is incredible, and we always honor them. We're required to consider that they're a veteran when we sentence them. But we've engaged in specializing a probation officer that can deal with the special challenges that veterans face. And we've arranged to have a Veterans Justice Outreach Specialist come to the court every week. She's there every Thursday. Anybody, whether you're a defendant or somebody coming in off the street or a family member coming in, if they want to know if they're qualified for services, they can meet with the specialist. Our jail, prosecutor, public defender, they let her know when someone's in the jail that is a veteran. She immediately goes over there and lets them know what services are available. And if a veteran wants treatment, she works with the Veterans Administration to establish a very comprehensive outline of treatment. So we're very proud of our veterans and of the programs we've instituted. Most proud about our probation department. They've been honored by the state of Ohio multiple times. They've received the Clifford Skeen Award. You can see some other things that they do to keep themselves, top of the line. And they're responsible for offenders being rehabilitated. Very proud of their success rate and how hard they work. I'm wrapping up here pretty soon, but this is kind of some of my favorite stuff right here is community service. We judges think if you get convicted of a crime in our county, you need to give back to our county in terms of community service. You can see the number of referrals. Those are 2023 numbers. We also supervise some felony referrals. But we believe that individuals need to be given back to the community. Here are some things that our community service office does, not just litter pickup. Sometimes township trustees, police chiefs, mayors call our community service office. They say, hey, we need a playground refurbished, and our probation department is happy and willing to get people out there to get things going. Governor DeWine's office called. They were on their way to East Fork one time, I think, and community service crews got the place in shape so that it was presentable to the governor. Here's my favorite, litter removal. You can see these are 2023 numbers. 850 miles were cleaned. Miles of roadway in Clermont County were cleaned by the litter crew. Lots of tires and bags of trash, but what's amazing is almost 100,000 pounds of litter removed. That's 50,000 tons are removed by the community service crew. Now, we have people in front of us all the time. They go, oh, I've got a bad back and bad leg. I can't do community service. I can't do work crew because they think they're going to pick up litter. And a lot of times I look at their offense and I say, well, your bad back and your leg didn't keep you from running from the police and kicking the officer when they found you. I said, it's not going to keep you from doing community service. I love to say that. I don't know why. It's just I don't like excuses, and go out there and give back to the community. So anyway, I'm really excited by that slide. That's my most favorite slide. Some challenge, I'm wrapping up, I only have a couple more slides. Challenges that we're facing. I know Commissioner Batchelor, you're doing your best and helping out with the homeless veteran situation. I'm hoping that members of the community, business, other partners can know that, you know, we have issues we can improve in the county. And we see them every day, and we're working to fight some of those challenges. And one day, next time I'm here, next year, you'll see that we've made some inroads there. I want to thank a couple people. Our employees are outstanding, courtside and probation. You can't do 30,800 and some new cases without having exemplary employees. And I want to thank some elected officials, Clerk Camphouse, Sheriff Leahy, and Prosecutor Tecalvi. They work so well with us judges there in municipal court. If I told you all of the administrative duties that we're responsible for statutorily, it would add another 10 slides, and every one of us would glaze over because it's boring stuff for the most part. But these 3 elected officials with their staff help us get those completed. So many times that, you know, the legislature comes up with new little wrinkle in the law that we have to address. There are problems that come up. Every single one of those, Paul Camphouse, Sheriff Leahy, Mark Tecalvi, when an issue comes up, they're willing and ready to meet. We have hard conversations sometimes, but we work out problems and solutions. I can't say enough about those elected officials and how well they work with us. You don't know about a lot of it because we stop the liability or the problem from getting this far because of their work with us judges, and I really appreciate them. You can see at the bottom the number of agencies we work with. I want to do a shout out to Dr. Watson and the Clermont Mental Health and Recovery Board. She's behind the scenes on a lot of things, and she's at the forefront of helping us with mental illness and substance use, and especially Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health. Many of those programs you saw earlier, they've developed and they run for us. CASC, OVI Court, Mental Health Court. Anytime that we have a problem, see a need, that the leadership in that agency meet with us, meet with probation, and they help us get problems resolved. I can't say enough about the people on that slide and thank them enough for what they do.